Alright, in this video we're going to introduce Excel for the first time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here to my start menu and we'll pop open Excel. If it doesn't show up there for you, just type into the search bar Excel and it will come up like that. We'll click on it and here we are. So some of you will use, you can also get to it from Office 365 on your browser. I'm pretty sure most things are the same, but I would suggest going on the desktop app just to make sure that everything is going to look the same as how I do it in the examples and that you can do all of the assignments. So lots of different options here. We'll choose blank workbook to start our first one. And so we end up with this basically a giant table, and that's what Excel is, essentially a giant table. I'm just going to zoom in so we can see a little better here. Okay, so we have these different boxes in Excel, and we can use our mouse to click on the different ones to see which box that we're in. You can see the green outline depending on which box that I'm actually clicking in. Now, once I click in a box, I can actually start to enter something in there. So there's, I guess there's a couple of ways to do that. The first way we can do that, so up here, this little blank space, this is actually the text box. So I can click my mouse in here, and you can see a cursor appears, and then I can type whatever I want. Hello. I can also just start, basically I can just click in any box and just start typing as well. Hello number 2. And it will do that. So that's convenient. That's basically the different ways. Now, if I want to go and edit something, if I write hello here, so in this hello box, and I start typing again, how are you? I wanted to say hello, how are you? But the hello disappeared, and we just have the how are you. And so how do we get from, so when we have this green box outline here, and we don't see a cursor inside, inside there, it means we're in like the cell selection mode, whereas I want to be in the text input mode to edit what I have in there. So actually I can come up here into this box up here and edit it up here. Okay. And so I can do that. I can just say hello, how are you, like that, and it works. The other thing that I can do is I can double click. So if I double click on the green box here, double click, now I can see my cursor inside here, and I can go and edit whatever's in there. And maybe I want number 3 instead, like that. So those are the two ways. So you have to make sure that you know what mode you're in, if you're in the text input mode or if you're in the cell selection mode. Now, if you want to copy things back and forth, we do that in the cell selection mode. And so I'm going to select this cell. So right now I'm in the cell selection mode. I'm not in the text input mode. So I will not be able to type any text. I can, but it'll replace whatever's there. I want to copy this one. And so I'm going to go Control C, or if you want, you can go right click copy. Okay, and so now it'll show that I've copied this onto my little copy notepad, and I'm gonna paste it somewhere and say I want to paste it down here. I'm gonna click in this cell down here, and I can go right click paste or Control V. There's different kinds of paste, but I'll just go with the regular one, and there it is. Okay, and to this thing is still selected. To get out of that, so to get rid of that line, I just press escape, and now I'm no longer stuck inside that cell. Now I can go wherever I want again. So okay, that's just a couple of ways of how we can start to navigate this thing in Excel. Okay, so what I want to do is actually enter some data. So I'm just going to clear everything out. So actually I can like go here, delete, go here, delete, go here, delete. I can do that. Just press delete. I'm just going to undo that. But even cooler is what I can do is I can select all the cells that I want to affect, like this. Click and drag. Okay, and I'm just going to type delete. Again, there's a difference between delete and backspace. Generally in Excel, I'm using the delete key, not the backspace key. So especially if I'm working with cells. I'm working with cells here, and so I press delete, not backspace. We saw the difference between delete and backspace in Word. It is the same here where there is, in fact, a difference. If you do press backspace, it only deletes like one thing. That's not really what I want. And so if I press delete, everything is gone. Okay. All right, so let's type in a few things here. Fuji apples. Let's type a list of maybe foods. Blood red oranges, and let's go. I don't know. Corn square cereal. Okay, and what else can I type? One more thing. Maybe ripe avocados. Okay. And then let's type some prices here. So you can see that my text is supposed to be, so how do we name these cells is, you see at the top and at the left, there's letters and numbers. So we say this is actually 1A. Okay. This is sorry, I was wrong. This is A1, A2, A3, A4. Letter number. Okay, and we can see the name actually up in the top left here as well. A1, and you can keep an eye on that. A2, A3, A4. So this is my A column, and you can see that even though it's in A, it kind of overflows into B, but it's not in B. So you might think, oh, we have blood red in A2 and oranges in B2, but that's not correct. If we look up at the top, we see what's in the cell, and we see A2, it's blood red oranges, it's the whole thing. And if we click into B2, here we are in B2, like it looks like it says oranges, but actually when we look up here, there's actually nothing. So B2 is blank. Okay, it's just we see the A2 is like overflowing into B2. Same with A3 is overflowing into B3. And now you see the word cereal here, but actually it's not here, it's in A3. Okay, so that's just so you understand what's happening here. So it seems like my column A is not wide enough. So I can actually change that. Actually, no, let's put something into B first. Let's put some B things. Let's put the price, so 0.79, 79 cents. How much is oranges? Maybe $1.29. Corn square cereal, maybe we call that $5. And ripe avocados, we'll say is $3.50. Okay. So you see now there's stuff in the B, B1, B2, B3 has numbers in it. So that means that what's in the column A got totally cut off. Before, it was just overflowing into column B because there was nothing in column B. But now that there is something in column B, they've cut off A. So we can't see it anymore. So we need to make this column wider. There's a couple of ways to do that. The easiest way is to come up to the top where you see the letters A, B, C, D, E. And if you hover your mouse in between A and B, just like this, you'll see the little arrow appear. And then you can click and drag, and you will make A bigger. Just like that. You can make it as big as you want. Okay? So that's one way. Another way is the same, except that instead of click and drag, when you see the little arrow, you can actually just double click, and that will make it the exact right size for the stuff that you have. So if I double click here, click, okay, it will be exactly the right size for my longest thing, which is corn square cereal. And if I do that here for B, if I go here and click, whoops, it will be the exact right size for my longest thing, which is 0.79 or 1.29. So that's a little shortcut, but I can click and drag and make it as wide as I want. All right. The last thing that we want to do is we want to be able to sort things. And so this is one of the really important or useful things that we do in Excel, is be able to sort things. So for example, what if I want these in alphabetical order, right? Blood red oranges would be the first thing because it starts with a B, and then corn square cereal starts with a C. That would be next. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to sort and filter right here, and that will allow me to do that. So I'll just click on there and sort A to Z. Click on that, and all of a sudden the blood red oranges, it starts with a B, that's the first. Corn squares starts with a C, that's second. Fuji apples, that's third. Ripe avocados is fourth. What if I want to sort by the price? I want to sort by the cheapest to the most expensive. So I can do that. I go sort and filter, but instead of sorting smallest to largest, I'm going to go to custom sort. Custom sort, we click on that, and a little dialog pops up which says sort by. Okay, what do I want to sort by? Well, I want to sort, so before when I sorted by column A, it put these into alphabetical orders. This time I want to sort by column B because I want these price things to be in order. So I'm going to choose column B. And what order do I want? Smallest to largest? Do I want the cheapest to the most expensive? Or do I want to start with the most expensive? Let's try starting with the most expensive, largest to smallest. If this works, I should expect the 3.5 to be the first thing. So I click OK, and what do you know? Oh, sorry, I didn't even read my own things. The 5 is actually bigger than the 3.5, of course. And so the 5 is here, and you can see that these moved with it, right? It didn't stay in alphabetical order because it's treating the whole row as its own thing. So when it moved the 5, it also moved the corn square cereal. When it moved to 3.5, it also moved ripe avocados. Yeah, and so we can sort however we want here. So that is a really useful thing that people often do in Excel. All right, so that's a good start, and I think that's all for this lesson, and we'll see you in the next video.